Right, Winnie. I'm just replying back to the last part of that WhatsApp you made there about Joe. Forget about all the rest of it, right? I'm going to leave it at that. You're not referring to me, I'm not referring to you, whatever, right? Blah, blah. I'm getting back to the part where you said about Joe, that Joe should be ashamed of himself, that he fighted against Patrick and held the opposite name and wouldn't send for fight, or whatever way you said it. For starters, Winnie, Joe had no reason to send for fight of people such as my brothers, my uncles, and my uncle's family, who are all making time for him. He's for all his first cousins on the Quinn side, all making time for him and making much of him, and friends with him, and drank down through the years with him, and mixed did everything with him. Why should he, just because someone decided they wanted to have a big fallout, a big argument? I want to ask you a question, Winnie. If the Wards and the Navens falls out, and that they're your brothers, and your son Paddy is a big boy, and they're his uncles, would you like to see your son Paddy, standing with the Navens and fighting against his ward uncles that was with him growing up all his life as a child, and treating him like a brother, and just to turn his back then and go and help second and third cousins for absolutely nothing, and nothing getting done or nothing getting said, and go and sin for fight and fall out with people? See, maybe when it comes to your door, you might know how it feels. When you get so upset about your brothers in different ways and different things, maybe when you see your own little boys, God bless them and save them, growing up, and the time comes, and then the Navens and the Wards all fall out, and things do go around, Winnie, we'll see what you like and what you be like, and what will you say if your boys from the Navens is asked, send out there Patrick Navens, send your son out there Paddy, and let him ask for Pat Ward's son. Or let him go there and fight against Pat Ward, and fight against Charlie, and fight against your brother Martin, and fight against your brother Michael and Tom and John. And I'm nothing against your family, but I'm only letting you know how it feels. So you should think, Winnie, before you talk. And if you're looking for and you're saying about a petty excuse, Winnie, I'll tell you one other thing when you didn't want to get into detail about it. And a load of people knows this as well. When I was in Turkey with my mother asked me to my face, "Did you?" She said, "Is you and Winnie Bridgie arguing?" I said, "No." "Who said that?" "Oh no," I just thought you were." Let it be, right? Where my mother got a phone call about certain things. Later on, was it the following day, she asked me the same question. "Is you and Partridge Winnie arguing?" Now I kind of copped on something. There must be something getting said, or why would my mother be asking me them questions? Not like her, like. So then I went on to Facebook myself, and I went in to look on your page, and seemingly, Winnie, because I was gone for nearly gone for 6 or 7 days over to Turkey with her getting her teeth done, that I was putting up little quotes about my children, this, that, and the other. And everything that I was putting up, Winnie, you seem to have a put up as well. And I'll tell you, Winnie, when I found you getting strange with me and getting all different with me, when you and Sylvia had a bit of an argument or whatever, I don't even, it was asked now, how did you and Sylvia, if I was asked by somebody, how did Sylvia and Winnie fall out? I do not know. I really don't know. And to be honest, I don't care how you fell out. And I couldn't care if you ever chatted, right? But the point what I'm getting to, I was, at that time, I remember Sylvia when she made a WhatsApp to you. Sylvia brought up the thing about, "Oh, go away, you," she said, "is jealous of Joe's Bridgie. We always knew you were jealous of Joe's Bridgie," blah, 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 whatever she was saying. I never said that, Winnie. I never dealt with you for me jealous of me, because I'm nothing more than the rest of them. I'm nothing to be jealous about. So I didn't come around, and I would never say that about anybody. So I never said that, but I found you getting different towards me then when Sylvia said that. You weren't the same with me. And then you put up, every time I put something up on Facebook, Winnie, about my children, or about anything got to do with me, you'd have to go and put the exact same thing up. This is, you call that petty. Or you call this that little thing petty. I tell you what I found very petty. When I put a photo of me and Joe, when Alison was living in Dundalk at the time, we went to Vidu, I was in Alison's trailer. And I put a photo up of me and Joe messing, and wherever way I was putting my leg up in the photo, having the crack. You went on 2 weeks later and you went to a wedding down the country somewhere. I forget even the wedding. And the exact same photo I put up, you were able to do the exact same thing. Every little thing I was putting up, you were copying every single thing. And I just let, because that was innocent Backford petty carry-on that doesn't entertain me at all. And you're talking about windows getting broke, Winnie. Yes, my windows was broke, and I do say it. Joe was as bad as anyone for the WhatsApps and for the names and sitting up calling people names, and I always say that, right? But my windows was broke due to my children getting called names. But I'm not going to bring up things, and I'm not even going there. If you're trying to get me to bring up this to draw more things out of me, to cause more arguments in the town, right? Forget about the window, the part of the window's been broke, Winnie. Mary was mine and my children. I went up to my mother's house to get for another 2 or 3 brushes to help whoever's coming up to the house to help me to clean up the glass. Your husband Patrick rings Joe Both of us in dogs form on the phone, the far side of the phone, Patrick ringing, telling Joe, don't do such a thing, don't do this. Your man Patrick, Winnie, hadn't got the guts to come out and look at his brother's window's been broke. But I'd say, Winnie, if it was Martin more than Rosie's, and which I've not, and I've great respect for that woman, that's a very nice woman, never had an argument with that woman in my life, but I'm only saying, or if it was one of your brothers down there, again, I've nothing against the people, you wouldn't be long shooting into that car to go down and look at your brother's people's places and your mother's house being broke. But Patrick couldn't come over 2 minutes over the road where my brother was able to come up from down to wherever they were and come up and look at my house. People that wasn't chatting me was able to come over and talk to Joe outside about it and go over and look. But no Patrick, because again, Patrick probably wasn't allowed to do it. Probably wasn't allowed. But then that's his own business. That's his own business. You reckon he stopped you from carrying on and pulling the car to Sylvia? You reckon this, right? You reckon all this. You reckon you wanted to go to Big Joe Sterling? He wouldn't stop it. But yet you won't stop on the Facebooks, Winnie, and you won't stop calling out Sylvia to fight. So what I'm getting to is, don't use Patrick, Winnie, for an excuse that you can't do all these things because Patrick wouldn't allow you. You're able to do all these things now when he's allowing you. Now, as I said, Winnie, if you want to keep making them, I have a lot to make as well, and I have a lot more to say about things. If I keep sitting down like you for the day, thinking of what was said and what was done, I could go back in history as well and think of a lot of things. Just one more thing, Winnie, I want to get back to you, is my son Paddy, you said we wouldn't allow Paddy or something out fighting and this, that and the other. My son Paddy had a fight at that time going on with another traveller in the town. It never took place afterwards, but at the time it was going on. But without that, if I can help it, I can't say about Joe. Joe's his own man. But if I have a say over my sons, if I have, and once I'm alive and my two brothers is never doing anything to my sons, or my uncles on the Quinn side is not doing anything to my sons, and any other name out there decides to fight with them, why should my sons go and fight against my uncles and their children and my brothers and their children when we're all like family? They treat my children like their own. My two brothers looked at my son Paddy and Davy growing up as not their nephew, their brother.